Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that everything you've ever feared, every regret that has haunted you, every excuse that has held you back was nothing more than an illusion. What would you do if you truly believed that nothing was stopping you but your own mind? Most people go through life trapped by fear, by doubt, by the weight of their past, and the uncertainty of the future. They wait for the right moment, the right feeling, the right opportunity, yet all the while, life is passing them by. Think about how many times you have hesitated. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow, I'm not ready, or what if I fail? Now think about how many opportunities you have let slip away, not because you weren't capable, but because you convinced yourself you weren't. The truth is, the greatest limitations you will ever face are not the ones imposed by the world, but the ones you impose on yourself. The mind is powerful, but it is also a master of deception, creating barriers where none exist and turning possibilities into impossibilities, with nothing more than a thought. We live in a world filled with distractions, noise, and expectations. Society teaches you to play it safe, to follow the rules, to seek comfort over challenge, and stability over growth. But deep down, you know there is more. You feel it in the quiet moments when you're alone with your thoughts, when you dream of a life that feels just out of reach. That feeling, that pull towards something greater, is not a coincidence. It is your potential calling out to you, waiting for you to listen. Most people never do. They silence that voice with excuses. They let fear decide their fate. They let regret define their future. And in the end, they look back and realize they never truly lived. But you have a choice. You can break free from the cycle, step out of your comfort zone, and embrace the unknown. You can train your mind to work for you, not against you. You can build discipline, master your emotions, and become the person you were meant to be. It all starts now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready, because the truth is, you will never feel ready. No one ever does. The people who change their lives do not wait for permission. They do not wait for the perfect moment. They take action despite the fear, despite the uncertainty, despite the doubts. And in doing so, they prove to themselves that they were capable all along. This is your wake-up call. This is the moment you stop waiting and start living, because if you do not take control of your life, someone else will. If you do not chase your dreams, they will fade into nothing more than distant memories of what could have been. And if you do not rise above your fears, they will own you. So listen closely, because what you are about to hear can change everything. Life is not what happens to you, but how you interpret and respond to it. Your mindset shapes your reality. This idea may seem simple, but its implications are profound. Every day, we encounter events, big and small, that can either build us or break us. Some people go through immense hardship and come out stronger, wiser, and more fulfilled, while others experience the same struggles and allow them to define their downfall. The difference lies not in external circumstances, but in how they perceive and respond to them. Consider two individuals who lose their jobs on the same day. One sees it as a failure, a sign that they are not good enough, and sinks into despair, blaming the world, their bad luck, and the economy. They allow resentment to build and let fear dictate their next steps, or worse, their lack of steps. The other sees it as an opportunity, a chance to reset, to find something better, to build a life that aligns more closely with their true purpose. They do not deny the difficulty of the situation, but instead of wallowing in frustration, they ask, what can I learn from this? And what's next? They take control, and because they do, the outcome of their story shifts entirely. This principle applies to every area of life. When something painful happens, your mind immediately starts interpreting it based on the beliefs you have accumulated over time. If your belief system is built on doubt, negativity, and fear, your interpretation will follow that same pattern. You will assume the worst, react with anger, or shrink back into a corner, feeling powerless. But if your belief system is built on resilience, gratitude, and personal responsibility, you will interpret the very same event as a challenge, a lesson, or even a hidden blessing. This does not mean denying pain or difficulty. It means choosing how you define and respond to it. The way you perceive reality determines your actions, and your actions shape your life. If you see life as unfair, cruel, or out to get you, you will live in a state of constant frustration, always expecting the worst. You will hesitate to take risks, fearing failure. You will push people away, assuming they will hurt or betray you. You will hold yourself back because deep down you believe that life is happening to you, not for you. But if you choose to see life as an ever-changing canvas, a place where even the most painful moments hold meaning, you will approach challenges with a different mindset. You will recognize failure as part of the process. You will understand that setbacks are not punishments but redirections. You will take responsibility for your reactions and, in doing so, take control of your future. There are people who have faced unimaginable hardships, losing loved ones, battling illness, growing up in circumstances that would break most spirits. Yet they rise above it. They do not deny the pain, but they refuse to let it define them. They find meaning in their suffering, and that meaning gives them power. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, once said, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." His words are a testament to the fact that even in the darkest times, perspective is everything. The same event that crushes one person can empower another. The difference is choice. Every single day, you have the ability to decide how you will interpret the world around you. You cannot control everything that happens, but you can control what it means to you. The question is, will you choose to see life through the lens of fear and limitation? Or will you train your mind to see opportunity, growth, and possibility? The answer to that question will determine the course of your life. Fear and regret are illusions that keep you shackled to the past or paralyzed by the future. True freedom comes from living in the present. These two forces, fear and regret, are among the most powerful mental chains that hold people back from truly experiencing life. They steal joy, distort reality, and create an endless cycle of hesitation and doubt. Understanding how they work and learning to break free from them can change everything. Fear is a projection of the mind, a survival mechanism designed to protect you from danger. It served a purpose when humans had to escape predators or survive harsh conditions. But in today's world, fear has transformed into something more psychological than physical. It manifests as self-doubt, worry, anxiety, and the constant overthinking of things that have not even happened yet. Fear whispers, what if you fail? What if people judge you? What if you are not good enough? These thoughts create an invisible prison where people choose comfort over growth, familiarity over opportunity, and safety over fulfillment. People do not chase their dreams because they fear failure. They do not speak their minds because they fear rejection. They do not take risks because they fear uncertainty. But fear is nothing more than an illusion, a trick of the mind that magnifies the worst-case scenario while blinding you to the possibilities of success, growth, and transformation. Most fears are never realized. The things people worry about rarely happen the way they imagine, yet they allow these thoughts to dictate their lives. The truth is, fear only has power when you obey it. The moment you confront it, you see it for what it really is. Just a thought, nothing more. On the other hand, is the weight of the past. It is the mind replaying moments over and over, wishing they had unfolded differently. It is the voice that says, you should have done this instead. You wasted too much time. You should have taken that opportunity. Regret is living in reverse, trying to rewrite a past that no longer exists. It creates suffering by making people dwell on things they cannot change, trapping them in a cycle of guilt and self-blame. What most people fail to see is that regret, like fear, is an illusion. The past only exists in memory, and memory itself is often distorted. People remember events through the lens of their emotions at the time, not necessarily as they actually happened. Holding on to regret is like carrying a heavy burden for no reason. It serves no purpose other than to drain energy and prevent forward movement. The only way to break free from both fear and regret is to fully embrace the present. The present moment is the only reality that truly exists. When you focus on now, on what you can do, great thinkers, leaders, and creators have all understood the power of stillness. It is in moments of solitude that inspiration strikes, that solutions to complex problems emerge, that deep self-awareness is cultivated. The most successful individuals are not those who fill every second with activity, but those who know when to pause, reflect, and align their actions with their purpose. Clarity does not come from doing more, it comes from doing less with greater intention. Practicing stillness does not mean abandoning ambition or isolating yourself from the world. It means creating moments where you can reconnect with yourself, even in the middle of chaos. It means setting aside time to breathe, to think, to simply be. When you do this consistently, something remarkable happens. Your mind becomes sharper, your decisions become clearer, and your life begins to move in the direction that truly fulfills you. Most importantly, you stop being controlled by the noise of the world and start leading your own path with confidence and inner peace. Life is unpredictable, and no amount of planning can guarantee certainty. People crave stability, routines, and control because they believe it will bring them security. But the truth is, the only constant in life is change. Everything shifts. Relationships, careers, health, circumstances. The more you resist this reality, the more you suffer. Instead of fighting change, embracing it allows you to flow with life rather than against it. Most fear of change comes from the illusion of control. People build their lives around what feels familiar, even if it no longer serves them. They stay in unfulfilling jobs, maintain toxic relationships, or hold on to outdated beliefs simply because change feels risky. But refusing to change does not mean life will stay the same. It only means you will struggle when life inevitably shifts on its own. The difference between those who thrive and those who live in constant frustration is how they respond when the unexpected happens. Those who resist change experience anxiety and frustration, while those who embrace it see opportunities where others see obstacles. Uncertainty is often viewed as something to fear, but it is also where all possibilities exist. If everything were predictable, life would be stagnant, with no room for growth, discovery, or transformation. Every great achievement, every major breakthrough, and every personal evolution comes from stepping into the unknown. The most successful individuals in history did not have a clear roadmap. They took risks, adapted to failures, and learned to navigate uncertainty with confidence. They understood that discomfort is the price of progress. People often wait for the right moment to take action, believing they need more clarity or security before making a move. But the right moment never comes because clarity comes from action, not the other way around. Growth happens in the unknown, in the moments when you take a step forward without knowing exactly where it will lead. The most profound experiences in life, love, success, self-discovery, all come from stepping beyond comfort and into the unpredictable. When you learn to embrace change, you become unshakable. You no longer fear losing what you have because you trust that something greater is always ahead. You stop clinging to the past because you understand that every ending is also a new beginning. You develop resilience, knowing that even when things do not go as planned, you have the ability to adapt and grow. The mindset shift from fearing change to welcoming it transforms your entire existence. It frees you from hesitation, allows you to take bold risks, and leads you to a life that is not just survived, but fully lived. True transformation is not a moment of inspiration, but a daily practice. Many people wait for motivation to strike, believing they need the perfect conditions or the right feeling before taking action. But motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather, unpredictable and fleeting. Those who rely on it often find themselves stuck, making progress only when they feel inspired and stopping when they don't. Real, lasting change does not happen in bursts of enthusiasm. It is built through discipline, consistency, and commitment to a process, regardless of how one feels in the moment. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It is waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It is choosing to work on your goals when distractions call for your attention. It is pushing through resistance, discomfort, and doubt. Many people believe that successful individuals have an extraordinary level of motivation, but the truth is, they have mastered the art of showing up, regardless of their emotional state. They understand that feelings are temporary, but actions create results. Self-mastery is the ability to control your impulses, emotions, and thoughts, rather than being controlled by them. It is recognizing that the mind will always look for the easy way out, seeking pleasure, avoiding discomfort, and resisting effort. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not talent or luck. It is their ability to override these instincts and take action anyway. They do not wait to feel like it. They act, and in doing so, they train their minds to follow their decisions, not the other way around. Consistency is what turns small actions into monumental changes over time. A single workout does not make you fit, just as a single act of kindness does not make you a great person. It is a repeated effort, day after day, week after week, that transforms a person's life. People often underestimate the power of small daily habits because they do not see immediate results. They go to the gym for a week and see no change, so they quit. They try to wake up early but struggle after a few days, so they return to old patterns. What they fail to realize is that results are not always visible in the beginning, but they are always accumulating. Discipline and self-mastery are not about perfection. No one is perfect. Everyone has off days, moments of weakness, and times when they fail to meet their own standards. But what matters is not whether you fall, it is whether you get back up. Those who master themselves do not allow one mistake to turn into a downward spiral. They correct their course and continue forward. They understand that setbacks are part of the process, but quitting is a choice. The greatest freedom a person can experience comes from self-determination. When you master yourself, external circumstances no longer dictate your actions. You no longer rely on moods, opinions, or external validation to determine your path. You become the architect of your own life, shaping it through deliberate action rather than reacting to whatever comes your way. This is why the most successful people in any field have strict routines, daily habits, and a commitment to their craft that does not waver. Most people look at discipline as a restriction, something that takes away freedom. But in reality, discipline is what creates freedom. The disciplined person is free from the anxiety of unfinished tasks, free from the regret of wasted time, free from the limitations of bad habits. They do not rely on willpower alone. They build systems and routines that remove the need for constant decision-making. And they structure their days in a way that aligns with their goals, making success inevitable over time. Self-mastery is a lifelong journey, not a one-time achievement. It requires continuous effort, reflection, and adaptation. There will always be new challenges, new distractions, and new obstacles to overcome. But the person who commits to the process, who understands that every small action compounds over time, will always move forward. They will grow, evolve, and transform, not because they waited for the right moment, but because they created it. Life is not defined by what happens to you, but by how you choose to respond. Your mindset shapes your reality, and your willingness to embrace change, overcome fear, and master yourself determines the course of your journey. True transformation is not found in fleeting moments of inspiration, but in the daily commitment to growth, discipline, and resilience. The power to change your life is always in your hands, not in some distant future, but in the decisions you make every single day. When you stop fearing the unknown, when you release regret and step into the present, when you embrace stillness and take control of your habits, you unlock a life of purpose, fulfillment, and freedom. You become unshakable, no longer waiting for life to happen to you, but shaping it with intention and courage. Every challenge becomes an opportunity, every failure a lesson, and every day a chance to become a better version of yourself. So go forward with confidence, trust in your ability to adapt, to grow, and to create the life you desire. No matter where you are right now, Know that change is always possible, and it begins the moment you decide to take action. Good luck on your journey, and remember, you already have everything you need within you. Now it's time to use it. Thank you, and may your path be filled with growth, wisdom, and endless possibilities.